morning, friends and family. The sun over there is rising. It's red. It's probably because of all the fog in this area. It's very, very foggy this morning. Give me a moment to put this up. Okay, we are in Illinois, headed to General Mills to pick up emergency food shipment that's going to Dallas. So I am about 20 minutes from there, and then we will be picking up this preloaded trailer and heading down to Dallas. So I checked out the weather. It looks like that cold snap is lifted, at least from the area I'm going to. There's still some along the coast in like Louisiana. It's areas that I'm not going to. My concern is with the water issue. I mean, I'm not concerned about it, but that's their concern right now. I think it sounds like they've got the power back. The issue that they're having now is water shortage. I just don't want to get down there and then not be able to like get fuel to get out. But I think we'll be okay. So we're going to be headed down. We should be dropping this load tomorrow that we're picking up, either wee hours of the night. It's about 900 miles roughly that we're going to. And we average about 450 to 500 miles a day per person. So yeah, that'll be probably what I do. Then Alex will probably finish it off, and then we will be picking up another load in around the same metro area and heading to Phoenix. So and then at that time we will probably do our 34-hour reset in Phoenix, which will be nice to warm up a little bit, and then back out again. So that's where we are right now. I want to make sure that I give a special shout out to my pops. He faithfully watches this live every morning, whether it's live or it's once I record it, send it up. Just wanted to give a shout out to him and tell him that we love him lots, and thanks for supporting us and watching us. We love you lots. Anyhow, so it's a little foggy this morning. The roads are fine. Alex was super tired, so he pulled over, which is fine because it was about half hour before I jumped in, so it allowed him to get his shutdown, move all of his stuff back, allowed me to jump up, get dressed, wake up, do my pre-trip, and then by that time we were ready to head down the road again. So it works out pretty good. We usually between 9.5 and 10 hours because we need 10 hours to reset our clocks every day. We have to do 10 hours of off duty in the sleeper berth in order to reset our clocks to give us 14 hours of online time for the rest of the day, 11 hours of driving. But we don't actually get that much in because we just do 9.5 to 10 hours online. So it gives us about 8.5 hours a day driving. By the time you get done taking your break, stopping for fuel, depends on road conditions. Going through small towns, you're dropping your speed to 35. So on an average, we do about 50 miles an hour on an average, and sometimes more, sometimes less. So that's why we do between 450, 500. If it's really good, we're just zipping across. We don't have any stops. We can go 65 the whole way. We can do 600 miles in a day. So it just depends. As long as we're not stopping for fuel, stopping for loads, all that stuff, that kind of slows us down and reduces the amount of miles we put in. Especially if we have to stop and wait to deliver or wait to pick up. Of course, that's kind of, you're still burning your time, but you're not burning those miles. So, or your drive time, I should say. So anyways, just a quick update this morning. It seems like I just came down this way, which I did last night. We're going back the same kind of direction we came in from to grab this, and then we turn around and go back east and then down. So it's interesting the way this route works out, but it's okay. It's okay. The cool thing is I feel good that I get to be involved in taking some relief to those folks in Texas with this emergency food run that I'm doing. I think that people really need to appreciate us, that we are running this stuff down. Water is the next thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we wouldn't be running water. I guess listening to the news this morning, because of the water issue, there's absolutely, stores have no bottled water whatsoever. So I wouldn't be surprised that we wouldn't start hauling some bottled water down. So anyhow, I haven't heard a whole lot with COVID recently because of the disaster in Texas. That's been kind of the prime thing right now. Is all the catastrophe going on with this cold snap. All the way up to like Memphis, they had to cancel all flights because of low water pressure, which is weird that it's affecting all the way up to Memphis. I don't know if it's because they also had issues with the cold snap, or if it's something tied to Texas. I'm not sure. I didn't hear. But yeah, this was quite a doozy. And even in the area that I was at, they were talking about the record cold was 1920 at minus 11. Well, at that time it was going through, it was 8 degrees where we switched out from Alex and me driving. So, you know, it's getting pretty chilly, but I've been looking throughout the U.S. And looking at the 14-day forecast, and it looks like starting today, a lot of temperatures are coming up above freezing. So we're going to be from Dallas. We'll be in Dallas tomorrow. Then we're headed off to Phoenix, and so I just kind of was looking at the areas going across northern Texas, like Amarillo, tomorrow afternoon. The forecast is they should be between 45 and 50. Then going into New Mexico, through Albuquerque, it looks like they're going to be above freezing, 32 to 38. Arizona didn't have issues with this cold snap. It didn't reach over to Arizona. It's just the middle of the country, mid-south. So, and I don't see any, at least as of right now, no weather events happening. So I think we cross our fingers, knock on wood, we may get some relief for a minute to breathe. I feel really sorry for everybody in Texas and what they're going through. You know, I know that a couple of years ago in Phoenix, it got pretty cold. In fact, it snowed. Where the snow actually was sticking on they call them mountains there. They're not really mountains. To me, they're hills. But like halfway up these mountains, the snow was actually sticking. But you know, to a certain point, it was melting because it's getting further down. But it was cold. There was people's pipes that were freezing and breaking. Nowhere near what Texas is going through. But a lot of people, I keep hearing all these finger pointing and things about, well, you should have been ready. Well, if it's not something that you deal with, if you don't deal with these kind of temperatures, this is unprecedented, right? This is something that doesn't happen. So if it doesn't happen, you're not going to be ready for it. That would be like telling like Maine. You have people dying because of the 115 degrees, 120 degrees. It doesn't get that hot in Maine, never. So why would your buildings and why would you have air conditionings in all your people, homes and everything if you never get that hot, right? That's the same thing in Texas. If you flip-flop, those people are not ready for that type of a cold. 0 degrees, negative, low teens. That's not heard of there, right? So of course they're not ready for it because it's unprecedented. People need to quit pointing fingers and look at solutions for now. Yeah, okay, so this happened. Let's make sure that you have a plan if something like this happens again. This is like a once in 100-year storm or something. And even with climate change, I mean, we don't know what's coming up. So it's an eye-opener. You know, what can you do going forward to be prepared for this? You know, stop pointing fingers. Let's give people the relief they need. Let's not be going to Cancun when your state is having a crisis. You know, I heard today, he's like, yeah, it was a mistake, but I was being a dad. That's fine, you can be a dad. Send your wife and your kids to Cancun so they can be warm. You stay where you need to be, then take care of your state. You were elected to take care of that state. You should be there, right? So don't play this, oh, I was being a dad. You can be a dad all you want. Send your family on, but you need to stay and take care of business. That's the way I look at it. So poor excuse for Mr. Ted Cruz. Oh, I feel so sorry for him. Not really. It's just without. I don't want to get in there. I was not going to say something. I'm going to change my mind because I want to try to stay kind of neutral in the political thing. I really try hard to stay politically neutral when I do this because I have friends and family on both sides, both left and right, and I don't want to hurt feelings and I don't want to make people upset, so I will just I love y'all. Anyways, so happy, what is today? Today is Saturday. I already said it. Happy Saturday, February the 20th, 7:05 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, there we go. Just make sure that we're being safe. Let's do something nice for somebody instead of pointing a finger and placing blame. Let's do something nice for everybody today. I challenge everybody today to pay it forward. Do something nice. Hold the door for somebody. If you're going through getting coffee, buy the person's coffee behind you. If you can't do that, give somebody a smile. Somebody drops something, pick it up. You know, right now in our country, we just need people to be decent human beings. It's not always about you. Being on the road as a trucker, I really, really try to be aware of people, okay? I know I'm going through your city and it's rush hour. I understand you're trying to get to work. I'm going to do my best to stay out of your way. I'm going to let you merge. I'm going to slow down and let you merge. I'm going to let you speed up and get in front of me so you can get that exit. At the same time, you need to realize that this is my job and I'm bringing supplies to you and your family. Maybe not directly to your home, but remember when all that toilet paper went missing when the pandemic started? Yeah, that was us that was bringing that toilet paper to you. This water, this food. I mean, remember that. We're working too. Show us a little bit of slack sometimes. Something else, please, let's teach our kids what this means. Going by the trucks. It's a joy for us to be able to do that horn, you know? It excites the kids and it gives us a smile. So, you know, I don't know why that ever stopped. I remember as a kid doing that all the time. My dad telling me, come on. Also, Dad, I know you're listening. I just want to say you're an asshole because when I was a kid, we used to have the CB in the car. What did you tell him my handle was? I was a little beaver. Okay, now I'm an adult and I know what a beaver is. Now, you're a jerk. calling me a little pussy is basically what you're trying to do. I laughed about that pretty hard when I realized Little Beaver. Yeah, no wonder some of those guys got a kick out of it. Anyways, okay, I'm bouncing all over the place. It's time to jump off here. I'm about 3 miles from my exit anyhow. So, I love you guys. Please stay safe. Mask up, double mask if you can, especially if you're indoors. It's super important. Make sure it has a good seal around the sides and the top. Also, wash your hands, socially distance, indoors and outdoors. It's really important. I want you all to be safe and get through this pandemic. So, I love you all. Be careful. For anybody in Texas, I love you. I'm thinking about you. I'll be headed that way with some food. Hopefully we can get a couple runs down there to help kind of relieve some of the stress. And you're on our minds. So thank you. Love you. Bye.